But you know whose fault that is? That's nobody but Tommy have uprooted more stuff in your family than Kevin would ever do. Let me tell you something. I mean, not Kevin, Keith. Let me tell you something. I am partially me, Savannah, AJ, and stuff like that. Is really the reasons why your brother, the beginning. I come from the very beginning, from when he first came on here. Before all this, when he was still selling stuff, living out of such and such house, drinking Patron all day, looking drug, really living that life. We come from that far along back. I'm gonna tell you something. Keith would never, and I repeat, never allow for the things that have transpired to transpire on Bigo. As long as whatever y'all been dealing with, because though none of this shit start overnight. I come a family. The reason why my daddy's dead and gone because of all of it's family problems. It's family stuff. Everybody's family is messed up. But one thing about Keith, he never allowed or gave way for us to find out nothing that he wasn't basically saying. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff about, who doing what behind closed doors, all these things with the baby mamas, living with that. That Tommy K bitch gave Regina the avenue, the breezeway to come out here and put things that this man had guarded for years. And I exploit everything. We never came around none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? For years that he have guarded.
And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to speak out against, because if I wasn't a voice of reason or to highlight some of the things that was going on, nobody would ever know. Like, I'm on here talking about his mental state. I'm hearing this stuff. I know this stuff. My family is telling me stuff about what's going on. I don't have to actually be there to know the stories and to put them together and say, yeah, I can attest to this. This is what's going on. And his health is primarily based on his psychological development.
Right, exactly.
See what I'm saying? And so whereas his body can heal and progress over time, if the mind and the psychology is not on the same type of time, then it's just gonna be bad for him. And it's not. I don't know why people was talking about him coming back and all this. I talked to my uncle, and I'm telling you, it's not what people think it is. It's still going to take a lot of prayer. It's still going to take a lot of time. That's what I'm trying to tell. The person that we have known that people have known as Pastor Pete is going to be a long time coming. And if we don't get a sense of urgency to get these people involved in his life right now, to give that moral support, to give that love that he needs, it's going to be...
I was just about to say that. Him seeing his daughter, no telling what type of advancement that'll do for him.
Man.
Him being around the people that's going to trigger that memory, trigger moments, trigger this, trigger that. Taking that man and alienating him from everybody he loved is not going to be in his best adventure. Anybody that loved him and cared for him should agree with that. I just don't get these people.
That's what I said. It's not about the money. We beyond $1 a day or $2,500 for some water. We beyond that. This man really needs help. That's all I'm saying. I don't care where you take your money to. It's not going to help him in his predicament. He needs the people around him for moral support. When my wife said she saw his daughter, Gabby, the one that was choked in the hospital, she looked sad. She said, she asked my wife, have you seen my dad? Because Miss Regina will not allow us to go and see our dad.
And they sending her money. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. On the ground, I just don't understand how Tommy K had these people so... She really had these people brainwashed. Like, understand truthfully, and Keith is the only person else that have people brainwashed like that. It's no shade. And I don't know if it's because it's probably Keith's people. They just kind of fell up in her lap. But those people around her, they literally be coming over here talking about We believe Tommy K tell us everything. We believe what every Tommy K say. If Tommy K don't say it, it ain't true. And Tommy K, I don't believe she give a damn because her pockets is being blessed. You know she got her hands in that money, right?
I seen if somebody send me the chart for how much people make for beans and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't privy to it, but I got the information in my phone. I've been looking at this stuff and
she making money on all ends. We looking at a person that's a ghetto bitch that steal people cards and stuff and credit card numbers. We seen in a condo for a year straight, hit million, 2 million quotas, and never been able to change her wig or nothing. Have now got a new house, 5 different Bobby Johnson wigs, unit 5-4, unit 3A, unit 1-2 with them big wide parts. She changing hairstyles, she changing looks. She got mismatching furniture. She don't even know how to really live with the money she coming into. She got mismatching furniture, but she's trying her hardest. But you looking at somebody who came from an all-time low, who's eating, and it's off your brother demise. It's off of your brother pain. And she just so happened to fall. And let me tell you something, they was about to fall out. They was already falling out. It was already coming to an end. They was already falling out over this boy named Dre Baby and stuff like that. They was already arguing and stuff. He was already damn near done with her. So had it been a month or two longer, she might not even been nowhere near the church. But it just so happened it happened, and she was right there. And she just happened to be the one with the most view. You know, they're going to go where the room is the livest at. That's just what Bigo is. So they're going to conjugate there.
I have never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I have never seen people vouch for people on here. I know you guys are very influential in what you guys do, but I've never seen supporters like this ever in my life. Not even for Jesus Christ. Not even in the church. I'm telling you, I have never seen this in my life. I cannot believe it. Y'all got a hell of an influence on what y'all do.
But that's because we started so long ago, and we started when money was not involved. When we was up sweating and arguing all day long. Kevin, at first, this was this is where Keith came to get away. This is where I came to get away from the Savannah and them. We came to get away from our lies on Facebook. When it came over here and it became to money, that's when it got very wicked. But back then, this was our outlet. We was all going through stuff. This app is just what saved us. Once it saved us, it just all went dark. We can't even come together and even argue no more long before one feeling it like they better than the other. And we all came from a pot of shit with not no window to throw it out of, for real. Now we just so, you know what I'm saying, so this, and it's so delusional that they will continuously pay this. I'm telling you, she taking the money. When you talk to your brother, you let him know that Tommy K got her hands in the pies. I'm telling you, her notifications is going off and her life have changed. Even the way she look, even though she still look ghetto and bummy, she still got more outfits, more hair, more. You can tell when somebody got their hands in money that they're not used to. And did you know that they brush your brother window? They say the windows out the car and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that when it happened. I said something pertaining to it, but I didn't elaborate on it. I heard about it when it happened the next day. I got a call from my uncle and I got a call from Ghost, and he informed me of what happened to Keith's car. So that's why I'm trying to tell people I'm close to everything that's going on. It's not too much that's going on that I won't know about, right. Because I'm here in town. So right. And she had my cousin around, so my cousin know what's going on. My uncle know what's going on. So, it's not like I'm out of the loop, like I don't know what's going on, even though I'm not there. But,
okay, answer me this. When it comes to the daughters and stuff like that, they obviously had power of attorney. According to the video I watched, there was when the little girl was jumped on, that conversation was around signing something or power of attorney. Do you know how did this end up with Regina? And then, like, how? If she wasn't...
I don't know. See, I don't know the legalities of it, right? I'm going to different. I can't talk about it on here,
Okay.
but
you going to different levels.
In order for me to get in to know what's signed and all of that stuff, I would have to have access to the documents. All I know that his daughter left after that altercation, sometime after that altercation, and she did have she was next to Ken because Keith didn't have a will. So I don't know what transpired after that ordeal, but after she left town, vacated his home, and the girls was kicked out of the house, we haven't heard. I've been trying to get in contact with her, which that has stalled some things because I haven't been able to get in contact with her.
And they kicked the kids out the house?
Yeah, she took their possessions out of the house, set them on the porch, and
my Lord.
This is what I'm trying to. This is what I've been trying to tell people.
That's evil.
That's what I've been trying to tell people.
Now, that's not helping. She said she get money to help Keith. That's not helping.
He had custody of those girls. Those two girls he had custody of.
We can hear you. Damn, you've been talking for hours. Shit.
Oh yeah, no. You've been talking for longer than me. I said they up now.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin, what I was wanting to know that are you confirming that it did happen to the car? Because what we did not know for sure that something did happen to the car. You know, it came over there that the car was bust open, the window was, the tires were flat, and somebody set the car on fire. So I don't know if that's all true, but you are confirming that the car did get destroyed, and Tommy knows about it.
Yes,
Oh, because he didn't want to say that.
The car was totaled. Yes. Ooh. And it was set ablaze. By whom we have no idea, but we do know that there was a camera on the premises, and they did pick up someone on the camera. Other than that, we don't know why it was done. We don't know who it was because I don't have access to that camera. But I think there is an investigation going on, to my understanding. I would think
you suspicious of who could have had something to do with that because it wasn't the car in Shay's name?
I have no idea. With as many people that my brother has problems with online, he has problems in Toledo with people, and they know his vehicle, and maybe I don't know. I have no idea. I can't speculate on that. I don't want to give it. I don't want to say something that I don't know anything about, but I do know that just as many people that could be considered ops on here, it was ops in Toledo. Keith didn't always have the greatest relationships with a lot of people around here either. So it's just not nothing new to me being in enemy territory. I've been approached by several different people who had problems with Keith. Several.
And why would people automatically go like Dale and them go automatically to your mama having something to do with it?
Say that again.
Why would Dale and everybody go to make it seem like it was your mother that had something to do with it?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. But I just think that that's just banter from that environment, you know. But I don't see why she would do that. I don't know for sure, but I don't. You know,
but did Shay have the car when it happened?
Yes, it was at Shay's home.
Okay.
Oh.
To my understanding, it was at Shay's home.
Okay.
Is Keith still in the hospital with pneumonia?
No, not to my knowledge. No. No, but he was sick. He had a bad week, and you know, I think a lot of these factors that we're talking about tonight is contributing to that. And this is what I'm trying to counter. You know, very subtly, I try not to get too much involved in certain things, but, you know, just for protecting the people, protecting Keith to the best of my ability, but being transparent with the people as much because I know that people are going to inquire about a lot of stuff too. Right. So I try to put as much out there so y'all it could keep things at bay for a time.
Right.
You know, but I can only do so much because I'm not there. You know, but if I was there, I would be very transparent. My goal was to be transparent, to bring all these other people in to help with Keith, and I think that's what anybody would want being in that situation.
Are you taking any legal steps, like to
Yes.
get cut?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't speak on it, but
No, I understand, but you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the time when you went to the house and stuff like that? You had talked about how you were not
Kevin, I'm
willing
gone.
Okay.
willing to
Okay.
have a conversation with the mom. What made that like impossible for you, knowing that that Keith was right there, like, and you was like damn near in the house, because we needed you to be in the house. And so I was a little bit upset with you. I'm not gonna lie, because I said,
I know.
you know, me and I've had problems with my parents, but there was a time when it was just time for you to just put ego to the side and maybe just say, you know what, I'm sorry, just for Keith. You know what I'm saying?
But Lo, this is what people don't understand. Even the person that was with me heard how my mom was talking to me.
Okay.
I gave you a PG version of it.
Okay.
Now, I have to protect myself because there's still a CPO against my mom.
Right.
Now, if I do something, I could do something. I could have did something, but I felt like it was an attempt to try to create a situation.
Right.
And
Okay,
I
I
thought
see
it
what
was
you're
best
saying.
to protect myself because I have a wife and I have children and I love my brother and I want to be there. But I felt that at that time that it was something bad that could have transpired, just like what happened up there with her and the girls that was just in the room trying to speak to their dad.
Because
You know
any
what I'm saying?
second
Like,
she'll reach for you, right?
yeah,
Right.
I felt that could have happened, and so I thought it was best for me to pull myself away from that situation. But
So
my
do you
brother
think that
did.
even if you would have apologized, it still wasn't a guarantee that it would have been okay?
I couldn't even get to the point of an apology.
Oh, wow.
Seriously. I mean, if y'all would have heard the conversation, then y'all would have understood.
Mm.
See, I don't think she had any desire.
She didn't have any intentions to even let you see him for real.
No, she didn't have honorable intentions from the very beginning. And it's up to me to protect myself.
Do you
I
think
know
the
a lot
other
of
person was trying to, because you mentioned the other person was like lagging and stuff, like the person who set it all up, right? Do you think that they was in on it, like maybe trying to? No. Okay.
That was my cousin. He was totally against what happened because he wanted it to happen because he had told me how Keith was asking for me, and I saw when I looked at Keith because when I looked at him, he looked at me and it was like, but I know what Keith want. I know what Keith want me to do. Right? That's what nobody knows. But I also know the person that I'm dealing with. And I know how she can be. She's a ticking time bomb. It's not as easy as just apologizing now.
Right.
It's not that. If it was that easy for me to do it, we could have did it out here. Keith ain't out here. She won't talk. She ain't gonna talk to me. I don't have a problem even with the PPO. I have stopped certain things from happening. She called my house. I got her on camera. And she violated her PPO several times over. And this is what I'm trying to tell Tommy K. While you doing all of this, what you don't realize is that you are aiding her violating a CPO.
And aiding her create division and mess. Because the only reason why, and I'm going to ask you this too after I say this, I paid very close attention to Regina outbursts. And Regina have already stated that the only reason why it's really Tommy K is because Tommy K is the direct source to the coin in so many words. Because she said at first when she got mad, she said at first I needed Dun Shay to talk to whoever and never to get connected. Then she said after that, Crystal, which I didn't know that was Nunu's real name. She said Crystal connected me with Tommy K, and I didn't need nobody else no more because I was connected to the source. In regards to your mother, do you feel like y'all, like the choosing between you and Keith was based upon who was more financially able to do or more up at the time?
Yeah, it's always been that way with my mom.
Exactly.
She has not had a stable life for some time, and she depended on us in various. But the only thing that she didn't have stable between me and my brother was having a strong connection with us where we can be consistent with one another. It was something that we always fell out about.
Right.
And it wasn't that I could not help. I've given my mom money on top of money, food. But my wife had taken lunch up to her on several different occasions. She's come to my house. My wife has a business, and she's gotten free services from. We have been here to meet my mom's needs.
And at first she was going to check Kevin about you. So she had to be pro you at one point.
She was on several different occasions. I provided the receipts here in my community. I showed where at one time she was with me, and then another time she's with Keith. And then another time when she fall out with Keith, then she come me. So it was never about us not providing for her because she's our mother. We want to help her as much as we can. But the thing is that she couldn't keep a constant relationship because she'd be falling out with the women. She'd get with me on the religion stuff because she didn't like what I had to say about the Bible. If it don't agree, that's your truth. This is my truth. Okay, well then we'll fall out about something frivolous like that, and then she'll go run to Keith, and then it was just going back and forth between the two of us. And that's what created the division because she would come over and tell me his business, then go over there. And I didn't entertain. I was just like, Mom, that's just what you do. You know, I was trying to stay out of it, but she'll bring it up to Keith, like, Lano said this. And I'm like, bro, I never said that about you. I don't know what she's talking about. She telling me all your business. Like, it was just a mess. So me being in the middle of that, I tried to, but she's still our mom. So everybody keep on saying, well, she your mom. Well, that's why we tolerated this for so long. I'm 44 years old. Keith is 42. Exactly. Like, we've been going through this for 20-some years with our mom.
Wow.
Like, it didn't just start. My mom has been like this for some time, and she's created division with us, and now it's intensified because of this situation. Now it's even worse. See what I'm saying? So, I mean...
Yeah, that's what it looks like, you know, from the jump, because now it's just like, it's like she got that negative connotation to the one either or that she's not feeling at the moment. Right now, she's just not feeling you, because I can remember vividly when she wasn't feeling Keith. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just crazy. I let Visa talk.
If you go back to that video... She stood up against Keith for me.
She did. She did.
She was at my house every day. She threw me a Father's Day. It was a Father's Day party that she threw me when I came in town. She threw a party at my house. My family came. I got pictures of it. I was gonna put it up, but you know, I got family members that don't want to be involved in this situation. I'm just a figurehead right now because this is my brother. I'm forced to speak out. This is my only brother.
Right.
You know, I can't sit down.
You have to speak out. You can't just say nothing. I don't understand it.
My life is on the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my family, my personal time is on the line. I'm doing this while I have to go to work.
Right.
I'm still working through all of this stuff.
Right.
I'm not sitting online and accumulating money from, you know, if, like you said, I could do this if I wanted to, and I know that, but it's not about the money with me.
Right.
It's about my brother. It's always been about Keith.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I wouldn't be out here. I wouldn't be going through all of this.
No, you have remained very consistent to the point where I had told them the other day, okay, I'm bored with Kevin. I know that what he gonna say. I know how he gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So you...
That's why I was talking in circles, Lo, because I know people was tired of what I was saying, so I was talking in circles.
Yeah.
I seen you falling asleep on me. I was like, yes. Yeah, when I seen Lo falling asleep, I was like, yes. Yeah, leave me alone now.
Okay. Hey, Visa. Okay. I'll be quiet for a moment. Let me mute myself.
Okay.
Alright.
See.
I'm good.
Can y'all see me up there? That's the production, honey. That's how you get those questions in, honey. That's what you got to answer. That's what we need to motherfucking hear. I'm going to ask what we need to motherfucking hear, bitch, and get to talk about what we need to talk about, honey.
Understood why these people are doing what they're doing. Okay, from the moment that Tommy K aligned herself with
thank y'all for the gift.
Getting beans. From the moment that I lined Tommy K from when I got out of jail, I started getting beans and support from her people. Like, I'm trying to tell you that I know it specifically. Like, dragons just started coming out the blue from Avon salesman ladies. So it was like,
Thank you.
So, but then I didn't really
y'all told me to be professional, so that's what I did.
But then I understood. He is the only one that gets the family packages because he's the only one that can afford the family packages while he steals all of the brother's hosts. So your brother doesn't make money in the agency that would have been sending to your mother anyway.
Can y'all see what my name says? Who's in charge of the girls?
I heard this before. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
So that whole
I did it for you guys. I do it for you all.
The whole Tommy K, Llama, church situation. Anybody within the church is completely manipulating.
I'm bronze. Tonight I'm giving you bronze.
Your brother's legacy.
Plus, I do have a red undertone.
The first questions I was having for you was that you said that those were two children that he had custody of that she just kicked out of the home?
Yes. She removed them from the home, removed their possessions from the home,
period.
Set it on the porch, and they had to fend for themselves from that point. I wasn't privy to it. I just found out this information lately because we haven't been in contact with the girls. So my wife just seen one of them at a basketball game, and she briefly spoke with her to ask her was she okay, and to inform her if she needed anything she could contact me. Other than that, I haven't been in contact with their mother and or the children at all. A lot of the children are scattered around. Of course, KJ is with his mom, and
tapped a lot of y'all.
There's other children other places, but the two that he was particularly concerned about was his two daughters, one of which was assaulted up at the hospital that day. That's the one that my wife saw. So yeah, and she was looking kind of sad, and she was upset that she hadn't seen her dad. So that's what's going on. That's why I'm out here.
Hey, we go, Clark.
Okay.
I just pushed out over on Kevin's live.
So you do know that we are talking about these people are making money like thousands of dollars, right? Just to be on the same page. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
Thank
I
you.
was listening to your video this morning. Are they still actually making a point to speak about jewelry why no bills have been paid whatsoever?
I think it's kind of fizzled away. Which
Tap the lottery out. 8 people can still win.
A point of emphasis.
Thank you, Ken.
Because that is not the primary thing at this point in time. We're trying to ensure that the reason why I'm keeping possession of certain items and things that's that has been given to me is because I'm trying to get Shay to have an opportunity to come and see her man, her children's father, because the things that my mom stated, which was the reason why she didn't want Shay around, was because she didn't provide the car. So we know what happened to the car, and the jury is with me. So now you don't have no excuse to not let her see Keith, because I have those things. And I've stated that on several different occasions. I don't want any
she definitely tore that car up.
Any of these
Thank
people
you. Yum.
And I can take the blunt of the blow because I've been doing it ever since.
She definitely tore that car up. If she told Shay she wanted the car and the jury, when Shay told her she wasn't getting that motherfucking car, she got pissed the fuck off. And she went and put that, she pulled the old school one. That lady is unhinged. She put it on the block and let it ablaze, waiting to exhale. She pulled the old school with boots.
You gotta pick him up and help him do things, and you gotta make sure he getting his meds and stuff like that. And it's very taxing on my mom. She, where we could all be useful to help him.
Right. She should want the help.
I can't do it myself.
But she's doing that because she know.
I can't be there.
She know how that's hurting them.
But I know Ghost was instrumental in the earlier.
She feels vindicated by them being hurt.
As well as Shay. It's never been about money with me. I don't care how much money people make. Of course, I'm concerned if we are being used for content, but that's kind of out of our hands now because we just a part of this whole thing now. It's just our family and it's an episode every week or every day, in some capacity. So there's nothing I can do about that, but I'm not concerned about any of that. I'm just concerned about keep getting well and keep getting the support he needs to take care of the stuff that he has and his children if possible. And all these people are making that happen, whether op, friend, or foe, whatever it is, they're helping, and I'm bringing the receipts.
Thank you, ID number.
I'm bringing the receipts.
I really appreciate those receipts, especially, I was, for the people that support you, and, I support you as well. The receipts really make me feel good at night that I supported the brother that really is doing what he needs to do for his brother, because I would want my brother to do the same thing. So it's your real estate.
What about Nunu?
Really
what about Nunu?
Yep, and I'm gonna continue to bring him as more money is coming in and is helping for the cause of Keith. I said that he has a $4,500 tax bill, even though one of the places is occupied. I don't know if that money is being allocated towards that asset, but I can't be dependent on that. We just haven't had no receipts, and that's what I'm concerned about. And I think any one of us here would be concerned about that. I mean, considering that we're sending our money in and we're seeing tax bills, water bills, and things of that nature, and kids not being provided for. That's something that's very important to all of us that's contributing, not just you guys. I'm also taking out of what I have.
What to ask about Nunu?
Cause as well. So,
somebody said ask something about Nunu. What about Nunu?
I've been attacked and criticized and
girl
and denigrated in so many different ways, and I'm still here.
What's
I'm
up, Big
still here doing the same thing. So I don't know what more a person can do.
Okay, so I'm a little bit confused when you say that the tax bill is still the same amount. I put this information out like 3 months ago, and they actually got me permanently removed from the app for putting the tax receipt bill out. So I'm not understanding as to how $30,000 is being raised and $10,000, $100 a day, but yet the tax bill is not paid. Where's the money going?
I second that. Is there just to
I don't know, Lo.
Is there absolutely no transparency, but we only see the Cash App name, but nothing else?
This is what I'm fighting for, Visa.
Well, they said from the jump. They said from the jump that they were not even going to update anyone about Keith. So what gets me is why all of a sudden everyone is up their ass when you're the one giving the update. If you did not come live and talk about what was going on, they still wouldn't know. Because from the jump, Regina said she wasn't talking about it. Shay said she didn't give a damn. She wasn't coming on being able to talk about it that much. And they said the money was the money. If you send it, you send it. If you send a gift, you send a gift. It's still the same. That's the only thing they gave them. Yet you have given as much as you could while giving them as minimal as you could. And they still don't appreciate. They still don't come over here. They still are not sending to the proper CA or AC or supporting the person with the business mindset. When you're taking up a fund and you're collecting money from a mass amount of people, there is to be a secretary or someone that is giving notes. What is going on? This is where this is going. This just was allocated towards this. This is this. This is this. Okay, we have this. That they don't never have that to say. They really never have.
And guess what? I didn't want to do this. I only did it because there was no accountability or transparency.
You had to.
I didn't have no choice. I'm literally risking my life, my private life, to ensure that my brother is being taken care of and the people are getting their just due for the things that they're sending into this man. I said it from the very beginning on the private app that the family had. If you're not going to provide these people with the essential information, the imperative information that they need to know that this money is being allocated to the proper things, then don't take it from them. I've said that several times to them. I have
You right about
overemphasized
GoFundMe
that before I even came out.
And you know another thing that I did want to say, GoFundMe makes you take accountability for where the money is going.
That's why
And
I
if
started that first.
but they reported your GoFundMe though. That's what gets me. But they don't have a GoFundMe. They just want it on CA so it could just run on in and they can split it out how they split it out.
I didn't want to have to come on here and post in my community the cash app that I created for my brother. But I was willing to do that. But I didn't think I had to because that's why I started with the GoFundMe. So everybody can see how much was sent in, who sent in what, and it's right there for everybody to see and they shut it down.
Tell me this, how is it that you just started the AC? You paid $4,500. You said it went down to $100, and then you said within however that short amount of time that it got to 1,000. 3 days, 1,000.
Is that the current estimate that I have right now is 971. So I'm saying how much money was sent in from the point of his accident?
Exactly. At first, it was rumored they was bragging.
Way more.
They was bragging.
It wasn't two different CAs.
No, it wasn't. It was one. At first, they was bragging that the first month, 30,000 was being passed around. 20,000.
I heard that when you said it.
Yeah, like all that was being passed around at the beginning. So how in the hell did Don Shay say she only seen 600, and then Regina came up over here talking to Tommy K talk about 2,400, but you have to listen to Regina. She also said if Tommy did take something or if she did have her hands in the pot, I don't care because it's still more than enough for me. She don't even. Regina said that. She said because they were saying Tommy is messing with the money. She said guess what? If Tommy is messing with the money, I don't care because I didn't receive more than enough. I didn't receive more than enough that I need. So if she is taking something, so be it. I don't see it. So nobody's keeping real tabs on that money. But guess what? If you look around, your mama got a new house. And you know she owed them people $9,000 to even get off the lock with the landlord. So unless she got a CPN, she had to have paid the people she was changing the address from because she was changing her address to avoid going to the court. They was trying to garnish her accounts. That's how serious I guess y'all must have a lot of private landlords up there. But the person was ready to garnish her accounts. So if you got another place, you either paid that off first or you got a CPN. But where did the money come if you just didn't have 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 to pay this man so you could keep your check every month?
Scandalous.
Now y'all got new houses. Now Tommy K over there in the new. That lady was living in that same condo. I'm telling you, you got to pay attention to what's, and I know you paying attention, but I'm just here to remind you and let you know that you think in the correct way. Cause I know these hoes like the back of my palms.
I've been the files that you talking about. I've been on Big O Clerks. I've been on all.
Oh, work Big O Clerk. Period.
I'm on all that stuff.
Work Big O Clerk. Yes, ma'am, honey. Baby, we put the deal. Big O. Lee Ebony, and you listening?
People pointed out. I'm going and doing my own work.
Okay.
You know, I'm really on the ground. And I'm dealing with all of this stuff on here.
But you know what the real gag is? All this money they collected, what don't come out of the wash gonna come out of rent. Because guess what? On Cash App, you have to they do taxes now. They're paying very close attention to that. So ever social is involved with that one up over there, if it was 30 and 40,000, their money's going to be, if they're going to put it, we're going to see it. When you get the notification that you got to pay your taxes, we're going to know how much was raised because I got the clerk waiting. We waiting on the days of the taxes and all that to see exactly what's going on around here. So it may not come out now, it may not come out tomorrow or the next day, but it's going to come out.
Everything gonna come out.
Yeah, it's going to come out.
It's only a matter of time.
And when Keep come back, I have been saving the YouTubes in a playlist from day one. They up in date order where you can literally watch all this shit transpire. Every little video I see, I add it to the same little playlist because when I know he got enough where you can answer the phone and talk and stuff like that, I got his number. I'm gonna send it to him where he can watch it like a Netflix series. And I hope he cuss and read and lay all these bitches out. And Tommy K better know her day coming. Because when he find out that he let them girls get up here and talk about them baby mamas and talk about them kids and play around with all that shit, she's going to get her day if he come back. I'm praying that he come back. Just for those purposes, so he can walk the house. It's gonna be about 100,000 people in that live. I promise you that.
Well, listen to this. He got so much to do in home. We'll be lucky if he even gets to that.
Oh wow.
He got a lot of stuff to deal with here.
I thought he was doing good. They said he was walking up steps and everything.
You have to understand the brain, and it's like a lot of people don't understand how the brain is. You have to build neural pathways.
That's so
that
sad.
Takes time. That takes effort. As you get older, it takes support. He needs people to. He needs the people that love him to be around him. It's not something that you do alone. And he's been saying the same thing. I was listening. And with a traumatic brain injury,
I just had the shivers.
These are things that are going to
y'all can get the shivers like that. Thank you, ID number.
Something called neuroplasticity.
Like I didn't hit a bump or something. Do I need a bump? Am I withdrawing? Is it time to get high?
He's not 32 years old.
Oh, that's normal.
But the best thing about Keith is the fact that he placed an emphasis on his physique. He was a very healthy.
That's
guy.
what saved him.
Yeah. So, and I think, because it was his left side of his body that was traumatized, by that incident, and it's worse than what people think it is. I can't overemphasize that there's going to be a substantial amount of recovery that's needed, and it's very imperative that we get around him so that we can help him. And I've been trying to do everything that I can behind closed doors, because I had conversations with certain people to try to get to the point to where I can sit down with my mom and us not talk about anything personal. And we do need a medium in which we can speak, because there's so much tension between the two of us for other things. But I'm willing to lay it down for the sake of doing what's best for Keith. But the stuff that she's doing, getting on here, is just not helping. And that's why I have my point of contention with Tommy K. It's not so much of what she make. You gonna make what you make. If I'm not gonna step on nobody's bag for what they do. But if it is about the content, about Keith.
No, she didn't need Regina to make no bag. That's absolutely wrong. She was gonna make the bag either way it go.
If she never came out and said anything, then people still would have been running with the narrative that, oh, well, you need to be with your mom. If they wouldn't know how her character is.
Yeah.
Putting her out there because mothers have such a good name out here. You know, if she would have kept quiet, you know, everybody would have blamed me. And okay, that's cool.
They was already good with blaming you.
Right. So I'm fine with that because you don't know her. When Tommy put her out here, it messed her image up.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Because that's how we really seen it. In them outbursts, when you start listening to when you start listening to what she's saying in the outburst, that's when you start because how do you refer to your son that's disabled right now as a motherfucker? And how do you say he still got these whole, you know, it's just the way she's speaking stuff. It doesn't remind me of that type of mother that we put on a pedestal and things like that at all.
Exactly. And that takes a free thinking mind to understand that.
Now tell us this. For the people that think that Keith will be back in a year, and they're saying that Keith will be back in 2 years, can you go ahead and make clarity for these delusional people that it's going to take far longer than that?
It's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a miracle for what I seen personally. When I seen him, and when I talked to my uncle, I'm not going to tell you what he said, but I will say this: it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a miracle, and I'm praying to God, but I'm also doing my groundwork because faith and deeds must coincide with one another.
That's right.
It's not so good enough.
Faith without works is dead.
That's right. We got to get in there and get some works. And I need these other people. Me just walking in there won't mean nothing.
Right.
It
takes a team.
It's going to take a team because I can't be there consistently. I have other things that I have to do as well. I have a life that I have to live. I have children who are doing things. Not that my brother isn't a priority, but I still have to make a living for my nuclear family. You see what I'm saying? So I'm doing everything that I can to get all these people involved because it's imperative that they all are involved.
Now, not only we're able to see, you know, exactly who Regina was, but wouldn't you agree that Tommy K would be the responsible person for why Keith no longer has the necessary people around that he should have? She have the stuff she did with Ghost, the stuff she started doing with the baby mamas, the stuff she did with Regina. I blame Tommy for really having him over.
I'm just gonna go with this and say what she has said on numerous occasions. To be fair, I didn't know this. I didn't know that was happening. We didn't know. But my problem is now that I'm telling you. You should know now. You should have the wherewithal to say, hey, this is bigger than just what's going on out here.
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Exactly. It's not, but she stated we didn't know this was going on. So that's why you want to listen to the people that's on the ground. And for her to denigrate and say derogatory things about those people that Keith loves. And I mean, not even including myself. I thought it was just a conversation that shouldn't have happened on the platform.
She should have muted that. Right? She should have muted that the Bigo Live when they start going on.
So when we talking about stuff that it ain't so much that what we speculate to be true, it's about the way she's going about it. Right. That I have a problem with more so than anything, because not only are you doing these things that's creating division, but you also are being compensated for it. You're being compensated for it. I'm not even being compensated. Whatever I get on here is, is because people are donating to the channel. I'm definitely not reading reaching a quota or something where, I'm going to get paid something for people for talking about my brother. This is my production. This is my YouTube page. There are countless people on here. This is just the work that I'm doing.
Right,
you see what I'm saying? If I was a person that couldn't articulate or express myself in the proper way, nobody's going to be here like they are now.
Well, Tommy K and Regina can relate a lot. They're both mothers with, obviously their shortcomings in motherhood. So you can see how those two would particularly join up together. I can see how the scam is scamming over there and how it's working out so good. You literally have a white collar scammer who's going to literally walk into Bank of America with such and such name and pull out such and such amount that she knows does not belong to her, with a daughter who was still Betty Sue Mercedes, drive it to Bank of America and put the motherfucking ATM in the back and go to jail for that. So they have a lot in common. So we see what's going on there. We see what's moving around in that direction. The only thing that really and truly is going to have to take place is that people are going to have to mount up. Do you encourage people to go to like Toledo, or do you encourage people to stay away from Toledo and like them wanting to get justice or get Keith in better predicaments? Like, how far would you say encourage people to go?
I'm trying to settle this thing as best I can with our family and see how we can move the pieces, and I level up as time go, because I understand the severity of the situation when it comes to Keith's health. But I'm not going to tell people not to get involved. I'm not going to do that. But I will say this is something that I want to be able to work through the family, because there are people that you don't see that's instrumental in trying to help these things happen. And once we get other people involved, it's just, it can get, I don't know the people, so I don't know how far they can go. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people that I've talked to is ready to go.
Right, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, hold on before we get to that, because I don't know who these people are.
Right.
Let me work with the people that I do know, and let's see if we can figure this thing out before it goes a little bit too far. But I mean, time is of the essence. We have to do something soon. So I'm
do you think that Keith's health condition will continuously decline while he's in Regina's care?
From the psychological standpoint, I would say absolutely, because like I stated, and we've all stated this in several different occasions, that mental aspect, the psychological aspect of having people there to push and support him is more important at this time than it is money. Right. Or anything else. So that's what he needs to keep him going, because he had moments where he was discouraged and he didn't want to do things. Whereas Ghost was there to push him and say, bro, we gonna get up, we gonna do this. And it took him to do it, because sometimes even my mom couldn't, do anything with him. So
well, I would like to say that your mother does not have experience in this field.
She was worked in the healthcare industry for some time. She has had some experience. Yeah,
she worked with people with brain injuries.
No, not to my knowledge.
I'm thinking that like people with brain injuries is like a specialization. Right. Not necessarily that she's okay with being a nurse, but we're saying that because it's a brain problem that is all that I would say.
It's gonna take therapy. It's gonna take a lot of other things to help Keith get to where he got to go. But sometimes he's uninspired, and we can bring that inspiration of anything, so I'm doing everything that I can. Everybody, I'm doing everything that I can. That's all I can do. I'm doing what I can. This is everything that I can do at this point in time. I'm really